Guys, Spino here. So today we'll be doing something new. So this is like a small guide to clear the new apocalyptic shadow because if you guys already tried the new epoch, we all know it's a little bit harder than the other ones due to Flame Reaver's existence because we all know this boss is kinda annoying but if you know certain mechanics, I think he's a pretty fun boss to, bully. So I'm gonna teach you a small tech to beat him pretty easy as a F2p slash, small spender. If you don't have eidolons or anything, all you need is certain units and you can easily beat him. You can bully him, in my opinion. So for the first half, at least for the Flame Reaver, in my opinion, the best teams that you can run is easily going to be Finon. If you don't want to use your brain cells, then you can just use Finon. Or you can use the new Jingliu. The Jingliu is really good if you have Hyacin with her Sig. She's also pretty good. Now, if you don't have them, you could also use Diherda and Aglaya. No sustain team. Yes, you heard it. No sustain team. I know it might look kind of hard, but trust me, it's really fun, and I hope I can show you how to beat this boss. So let's get into the run now, shall we? For the second half, for the dragon, you can run anything, to be honest. Any break team, any elemental weak enemies, you just kill that boss pretty easily. It's not that hard at all. It's just the Flame Reaver. For the buffs, you want to use the skill point buff, the first one. So Herda can get skill point generation. So you don't need to worry about it too much. You still need to worry a little bit, but without any difficulty. So for this run, you guys don't need much. Like, you don't need any signatures or eidolons. All you need is an RMC with 170 speed, or you can just run RMC with a 160 speed eagle set. That also works. You can run however the hell you want. It depends on your relic investment, so it should be pretty easy. So here, you can skill just to make sure you get another. You get to use your ult later on. Skill, because you want a skill so you can get your ult fast. Tribi ult. RMZ ult. So you can, start saving some skill points and charge up your ult. Because you want to go to your second phase ASAP. You want to kill this boss as fast as you humanly can. For that, you just need to kill the clones and he's going to go to your second phase, just like this. Boom, he's on his second phase. Now you need to wait for him to summon his thingies. Now he summoned it. Now you need to keep two things in mind. First thing, you have to focus on killing the guy that has this circle on him. Because once you kill him, you get a free action advance. And you also need to worry about the part where once you kill 6 of his clones, this main boss is going to get a action advance. So you have to play around it. Because we are on an no-sustain team, the only way we can play around it is by either having our own action advance with Mem or Tribi's DDD proc, or with the Herda's ult. So just keep that in mind. So you need to count how many clones you kill, just so you don't get into any troubles, because it could be a little bit annoying. Also, once you kill 2 of these clones, another one will spawn, so you don't need to worry about that. All you need to do is kill enough of them and you'll get enough. So I'm going to kill another 2 clones, so one more action advance clone should spawn here. Unfortunately, my mem also procced at the same time. It's not the end of the world. You guys don't need to worry about this whatsoever. So I'm going to kill both of these clones with my AoE. Boom. So I'm going to get 2 action advance now. That's why I said it's not the end of the world. You can play around this bullshit so easily. Basic to, get skill points, because, my mem also triggered at the same time, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Because I'm going to get an ult, I'm also going to basic attack kill this thing. And once I kill these 4 clones, I should able to break the boss bar, so yeah. We can focus on this thing because that thing has the most stacks, so it's going to be closer to dying. Boom. We should kill this pretty easily. Like, pretty easily. Like, boom. 4 of them dead. Okay, we were really close, so we're going to target the one with the action advance. It's not going to change much, but, we get a free action advance to go into the next phase, so it's like whatever. Everything counts, right? So we can Okay, we can do multiple things, but the best things you can do is kill, alt, then tribute alt. The main reason is you want to stack your Herda alt. That's why I'm going to save my tribute alt later on. I'm also going to trade my mini Herda alt and my RMC alt because I don't think I'm going to need it because I'm going to probably shred this boss here. Like shred it means I almost killed this ass. So we're going to basic attack to get skill points because we're going to need it. Like you see, I literally killed the first boss in like 100 action advance. That's like pretty crazy actually. So we're gonna basic attack into mini Herda alt. With this and with mem, I should be able to trigger my mem. That's like kind of funny. Mem triggers mem. So I'm gonna get a Herda alt. The Herda alt should go into the second phase. Boom. The boss is gonna go into the second phase and he's gonna summon his thingies. We're gonna wait and we're gonna do the same thing we did last time, but you know, we also need to keep that in mind. So do this. I'm also gonna use my RMC alt here just to get a little bit more toughness reduction because why not? I can and I will do it. So I'm gonna skill here because I have a lot of skill points saved up, so we should be fine. Boom. And just like last time, we're gonna focus on the guys that have circle, so we get free action advance. I have 3 skill points also saved up, so we can do this again. I'm also pretty close to getting my next Herda alt, so we're gonna focus this thing. And with some triggers, I should be able to get my Herda alt. Boom, one more mini Herda, and we're gonna trigger the Herda alt here. I'm gonna get my Herda alt action advance first, then I'm gonna... Okay, maybe I should have waited for the mems trigger, but it's like whatever. He's on his face, so I'm just gonna bully his ass as much as I humanly can. So I'm gonna focus on these. Okay, I had to focus on him because I need the action advance. I forgot. Oh, I almost forgot my own philosophy. Sheesh. Plus, I need to count how many of the things I killed. So I can only kill 2 more of these guys because after that he's gonna go into his enhanced form. So I need to save the Herda alt just in case. So if I'm sure, I can basic and get an alt. Do I wanna? Okay, basic into alt. That should kill that boss and he's gonna get an insta action advance. Okay, that was not enough. Wow. Okay, that might be a little bit annoying, but we should be fine. We're gonna kill all of them. He's gonna get the trigger. But I have Tribi. I hope I can trigger. Oh, I was so close to killing him, but it's fine. We already beat this boss because I'm gonna break him here. It was a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. We didn't got the perfect clear I was looking for, but you know, we can tank one alt. Like I said, we can easily tank one of this alt. So yeah, we just had to do that. Unfortunate, a little bit unfortunate. We got a little bit unfortunate there, but it's nothing big. I'm gonna one-shot him here. Like, I should one-shot him if I crit. If I don't crit, then he's gonna survive, but I should kill him most of the times. I have everything, true damage and everything. If not, I'm probably gonna proc this, get another action advance and kill him here. So it was pretty simple. As long as you follow the plan, everything goes well. I got a little bit unlucky there. I didn't got the mini Herda proc there. If I got the mini Herda proc, I would have killed him without him using his big ult. Like literally, without using his big ult, I would have killed him. But I got a little bit, you know, RNG diffed. But even with that, you know, we got a pretty good score on arguably one of the hardest bosses. Okay, it's not hard boss. It's just, you know, it's a little bit mechanically difficult boss. You need to know what the boss does to get the high score. But it's fun boss. For the second half, because I use RMC, I cannot use, you know, HMC for my, you know, Firefly. But, you know, we're gonna use Firefly Silver Break. Another team you're gonna use is Anaxa. I think Anaxa shreds this boss. Like it's so good. You want to give your buff to Lingsha most of the times because it's best, because Lingsha gets a lot of follow attacks, and you know you can proc this a lot. The only thing you need to worry about is the stun. The stun. If this stupid thing stuns your Firefly, it'll be a little bit annoying. But outside that, it's pretty easy. Also, you also need to keep in mind about your skill points. You might run into a little bit skill point issue because you are running Firefly. So just keep that in mind, because my Firefly is easier. Firefly is not E1, so a little bit sad, but it's fine. Firefly should absolutely destroy this boss, because this is one of the best boss for Firefly. So if you're gonna break, get an action advance. Okay, it's not action advance, it's like the buff, I think. Plus my Firefly gets instead 2 action advance because of my, Firefly being 165 speed, 161 speed, I think. So I get almost 2 insta skills here. Boom, this boss is dead. Like, this boss is so easy for Firefly. It's like a cakewalk for her. I don't even need HMC, but if you have HMC, it's really good. So we're gonna do this, because Lingsha can kill this thing. I hope my Lingsha kills this, because I'm betting everything on Lingsha killing this thing. But if not, my Firefly can come in and clean it up. Boom. Okay, this is the only problem with Firefly, not having HMC, because your damage after the initial break is gonna be low. Boom, we're gonna basic attack because I'm gonna run into some skill point problems, but otherwise we should be fine. Ooh, unfortunate. A little bit unfortunate. The bunny should kill it. No. Okay, we got a little bit unlucky, but it's fine. Now we need to wait for this thing to summon its things, and we're gonna go into our ult again and do the same thing again. We're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna apply Fire Burn. Then I'm gonna use my Fugue ult, because it's really good. And that's the best way you can do it. And one more Lingsha proc and we should kill it. He has a stun here. I hope it doesn't stun my Firefly, even though she has a pretty high rust. It still works on it somehow. I don't know why. But yeah. So I need to skill here. And I need to get the break with Firefly, because Firefly has the highest break, so she still get the... Okay, unfortunately the bunny triggers, so it's like whatever. That sucks. That sucks. But we should be fine. Like, boom. You can do this. And break the boss almost. That's not the best value. You want to break it with the Firefly, so you can get that, Apoc proc and get almost a 2 Firefly breaks in a row. But I got a little bit unlucky. Let's just say that and move on now, shall we? Okay, it's gonna be broken. GG. GG, broken. Okay, broken. I'm like, why the hell can you not just... we're gonna put my Rome buff, then we'll go to RMC, my Firefly, and kill this thing. So we're gonna do this, then we're gonna ult here, so I can break with Firefly and get a decent amount of damage, or maybe even one-shot this thing. Okay, not one-shotting. One-shotting is off the break, off the thing. So the buff, I'm gonna give the buff to Firefly for here, because I already broke the enemy, so it's like whatever. It's like one more skill point and we should be like done. Boom! Firefly! Oh my god, my 1% curse. Jeez. Okay, few to the finish. So I think this is the easiest way to beat the hardest epoch in Honkai Star Rail's history, probably. Okay, it's not the hardest epoch, it's just the boss is a little bit annoying. The Flame River boss needs a little bit of mechanism to beat him, but otherwise pretty doable epoch in my opinion. You guys don't need to sweat it too much. Like, you don't need to have fine or anything crazy to beat this epoch in my opinion. And I'll show you guys my build. Like I said, most of the characters are just easier units. The only character that has an Eidolon is my Ruame, because I got it from the event and everything. So I have an E1 Ruame, but the E1 Ruame doesn't change much for Firefly. So okay, it does change a little bit, but like I said, you could use an Anaxa Hyper Carry and get more than enough points. Like, you can get even more points than Firefly, because it works. I tried it with Anaxa, and it's really fun, and it's really broken if you have everything. But Firefly works. Any break team works. Unfortunately for Rappa, you need Fugue. Fugue is like a must. But if you don't have Fugue, then, or any of the break units, you could use the Finon on the second half, and you can easily get enough points. You can use Phase Job. If you have a Phase Job, you can use Phase Job. You can use Saber in the future. If you're gonna get Saber, you're gonna pull for Saber, you can use Saber. You have a lot of options for the second half. For the first half, your best options are, like I said, it's gonna be the Herda, Aglaya, Finon, if you don't want to use your brain cells. So you have a lot of you have less choice
Castro is a little bit hard because of the boss mechanism doesn't favor her, because the more action advance you get on Castros, the weaker her dragon gets, right? Her dragon's it's kind of hard to manage, so yeah, for Castros not the best, but for everything else, like I think for the Herda is just the best boss out there if you know what you're doing. It's really fun boss in my opinion. Now the builds. You can run anything. If you have signature, just run the signature. It's just the best. You can spam more skill points, because you guys see how many hurdles I got, right? I got 3 or 4 hurdles, so you can proc so many times with the signature. I don't have the sig, and I was still able to do crazy stuff with it. For relics, well, my relics are pretty mediocre, but you can get way better. Just get more than 70% crit rate, so you can crit with your alt and enhance skill. That's when you want to crit mostly. Like you can see, it's a slow herda. I like to run slow herda. I don't run speed hurdles. It's not my thing. For RMC, for Lycon, you can run whatever the hell I want. Here I'm running the Shadow Burn because I can get an insta skill. When I use a skill, I get a return. I recover 1 skill points, and this is really good because you're gonna spam your skill for the herda a lot. So this Lycon, it's not a must, but this Lycon will help you manage your skill point economy. So you can run this and max out your shenanigans. And for relics, you can run whatever the hell you want. The only requirement is if you're running Eagle, you want to have 150 or 160 speed. That's bare minimum. You can see I'm running 150 speed on my RMC, because I'm running an Eagle set. If you don't have an Eagle set, you need 170 speed with any relics, like 170 speed with any relics with a Vanback, and you should be good enough. For Tribi, classic DDD, like best Lycon in the game for Tribi easily, so you're gonna run that. With relics, run anything that can give you damage, and run an ER rope so you can spam your ult as much as you can. Like I said, E1. Mini Herda, run whatever the hell you want. Mini Herda, you can even make your Mini Herda tanky, because her only job is to get you some skill regeneration for the Herda. So that's it. I don't even have her speed tune. I don't even have her on speed. I don't even have her on right relics because I'm just using random stuff. I made her a little bit tanky. I also made her a little bit like decent damage. She does decent damage to kill the clones if she needs to do. So that's it. It's my Mini Herda. And for the second half, classic, classic 161 speed Firefly, because I can get 2 enhanced skill back to back, almost back to back, not back to back, but almost back to back. If you proc the APOC buff, then you can do 2 enhanced skills back to back. So pretty normal Firefly build with a lot of break, a lot of attack. Classic build. Boom, 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 boom. I am proud of my Firefly. She's actually a pretty solid build. And for Fugue, classic Fugue with pearls and come on, I'm keeping on doing this bullshit. With pearls and with I forgot that was the set's name, the thief sets, because I get more ER if I break them. And sometimes Fugue does break with her ulti, so thief set is like pretty decent in my opinion. With EH body, you want EH body. You always want EH body. That's the only requirement. Run her as fast as you humanly can. Run her as fast as you humanly can. Ruame, classic Ruame, you need over 180 break. That's all you need on Ruame, and build her as tanky as you can with a E1. You can see it's a E1 Ruame. I have over 150 speed and I have 190 break, because that's when you get full buff. Again, classic Lingsha. Run Lingsha as fast as you humanly can. My Lingsha doesn't even have the best relics, but she packs a punch and she does her job. I'm just running a fast Lingsha because I like fast Lingsha. Fast Lingsha is fun. And I also stack as much as break I humanly can on Lingsha. So that's it. That's the 2 of the easiest teams that you can pull off against this APOC and get a pretty solid score. I mean, getting over 7,000 points is more than enough to get the rewards. So yeah, for the buffs, like I said, you're gonna run the skill buff for the Herda team, and you're gonna run the break buff for the break team. You can also run Bull Hill. You can run who the hell you want, but this team slaps. So I hope this video helps, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and see you guys on another one. So bye bye, have a great day.